Welcome to Digital Champions TV, where we get insights from top leaders in advertising and marketing. I'm Greg Kirkham, and today we're diving into digital marketing with Brandon Leibowitz, the owner of SEO Optimizers based in Venice, California. Welcome to the show, Brandon.
Thank you for having me on today.
Now, tell us a little more about SEO Optimizers. Where did it get its roots?
I first got introduced to digital marketing after I graduated from college, got my degree in business marketing, and the first job I got out of school was helping a company out with their digital marketing, which I didn't really know much about it. They didn't really teach you that in school too much back in 2007. I'm sure they do nowadays, but back then it wasn't really focused on that, and the company knew that, and they said, don't worry, we're going to learn with you, taking you to classes and workshops and seminars, and decided to give that a shot. And after working there for a few months, just realized everybody's probably going to have a website in the future, and there's lots of different ways to get traffic, but SEO is just a way to get free traffic. And I thought, who doesn't want free traffic? And that got me to focus on that over the years, working at different advertising agencies as a director of SEO. And before work and after work and on my lunch breaks, I'd work on my own company, and eventually built that up to where I was able to quit my job and focus solely on this, just helping people really tap into that free traffic from Google.
That's fantastic. Yeah, and you've taken a really unique approach with SEO Optimizers. What's helped SEO Optimizers stand out and stay ahead of the changes that have been taking place?
Just by going in and testing and trial and error, reading, talking to other people, other webmasters, other SEO, other marketers, and just trying to collaborate as much as possible, and just really reading, learning what Google wants. Google had a leak recently that showed all the information about their algorithm. So going through that and just trying to understand really what Google's looking for. That way I could better ensure that my website and my clients' websites are optimized for Google to maximize visibility and exposure. But it's really not just reading, but testing. Because if you just read, you're not going to do much. You have to take action. And that's where a lot of people just get stuck learning and not actually taking the action, because who knows what's real or what's not real. You can read stuff online, like the Google leak that happened, and you can say, all right, this is how Google works. But unless you test it, you're not going to know, because all that stuff might be outdated today. And what works today might not necessarily work tomorrow, because there is no constant. There's only change with digital, and it just changes so very fast that if you're not staying up to date with it, you're going to fall behind very quickly.
Yeah, and it goes to show that unless you're testing, unless you're in front of those trends, or at least apprised of those trends, you could be using methodologies that were used 10 years ago that really don't have the same effect that they used to. So it sounds like SEO Optimizers has really leaned into a lot of the testing and a lot of the development to be able to make sure that your clients are very well taken care of. So if, say, a company's looking at either hiring internal or hiring an agency like yourself, what can you explain the differences between the two, and what sets you apart from hiring somebody internal?
You could hire a big agency, which I've worked at in the past, and they just have a lot of overhead. So they're going to charge you a premium because they have to pay for the whole team: account managers, project managers, CEO, CMO, sales team, HR. They have a lot of overhead, office space. So their prices are going to be a little bit higher than working with somebody individually or a smaller, more boutique agency. And that's where you just get more personalization, more hands-on, versus a bigger agency. A lot more hoops you have to jump through to actually talk to somebody, because they're going to pass you on to the sales manager, the account manager, the project manager, and then maybe the specialist to talk to them. But it's a longer cycle, and it all works. It just depends on how hands-on you want to be with the marketing, and if you want to just give it off to somebody and let them take care of it, versus being a little bit more proactive and working as a team, then you might want someone that's a little bit smaller.
Fantastic. Yeah. And well, Brandon, thank you so much for coming on the show today, for sharing your insights, and then also giving us some of the insights into the industry and what's been changing quite a bit. If you'd like to connect with Brandon Leibowitz and SEO optimizers and learn more about their business, visit digitalchampionstv.com.